Welcome back. Now we reached our final segment for today, talking about the behavior of people after the 25th of January revolution. Well, the behavior of people really changed a lot. Maybe there are some positive behaviors, but unfortunately there are some negative behaviors as well. Why and how to manage many different situations after the revolution. This is going to be our point of discussion with our guest today, Dr. Slamah, a human development trainer. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
Dr. Noha, many people believe that the behavior of the Egyptian people during the first 18 days of the revolution is different than the attitude and behavior which emerged later.
Yes, it was actually, yes. What really happened in the revolution made 2 points. First of all, it revived some behaviors, revived ethics that were always there in the community. And this is the point. People were saying, all these behaviors are really new. No, actually it was not new. The revolution just revived these behaviors which were always inside us. This is number one. Number two, it spread the behavior among those who really didn't believe that those behaviors were really important. You know, they didn't practice these behaviors before. But reviving these behaviors is the point. Revolution did not invent these behaviors in us. So this is one of the important points. And I know that it was beautiful in revolution. Behaviors were really, wow, great. Everybody was astonished at what happened in the revolution. And then they asked themselves, what really happened after the revolution? Where are these behaviors? I'm saying that these behaviors were hidden for years, tens of years, you know.
The good ones or the bad ones?
The good ones.
The good ones.
The good ones was hidden, yes. Because bad ones was there, you know. And actually the good ones were there too. We saw those behaviors in our days, every day, but it was not spreading just like the revolution. It was something, you know, in behaviors there are something contagious. So if you are making good thing, and I will imitate you, and then this behavior will spread. So what really happened, that those behaviors were hidden in the community. Why? Because there was not the appropriate environment for them to be shown. Okay, what happened now? That the environment is still weak. So this will take time. But what's really amused me, that the revolution have said that those behaviors are there. It is just, this was the message, it is there. And if you really make a good, appropriate environment for those behaviors to be there, I think it will continue, you know.
So, as a human development trainer, how can we help people develop the good behavior and just abandon the bad behavior or the negative attitudes now?
Okay, the revolution has made something which was so great, reviving hope. And hope is the base of change. Because if I have hope that that I can change, this is very important. People were so depressed. What will I do with the change? What will I do with myself? So as a trainer, we have programs in changing yourself. First of all, you have to see the will inside you. The will, something, you know, the gate of change has a lock. This lock is from inside, not from outside. You are the one who will open this gate. So we have to take a decision that we will change. And I think the revolution has made this. When we talked about change before revolution for youth, they said, oh, come on, I'm not going to change. Do you think there is hope? So the revolution said there is hope. This is very important in the base of fixing these behaviors after the revolution. First of all, decision, that yes, I can change. Number two, the will, that will push me for this. And then the technique. I have to know the technique of change. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a procedure. But I believe that if we just take something like a key for this, it's the decision and the will. You know, this is very important. Yes, it is.
Dr. Noha, in the revolution, people revolted against corrupt authoritarian regime. Afterwards, we saw almost everybody revolting against the higher authority. The employee revolts against his employer. The little kid revolts against his parents, against his mother and father. So little kids in kindergarten organizing sit-ins. I mean, there is a new, let's say, culture of revolt. Everybody revolts against the higher authority, regardless whether it is the right one or not.
From the point of view of human development, there are 4 phases for any process to go through. I mean, if you want anything to, any idea, even marriage will go through these 4 phases. Number 1, forming. It's kind of forming. And I believe that Tahrir Square was the forming phase. But people did not know that. They thought that they begin and end in the Tahrir. Okay, now it's victory, so it's victory all over the place. We'll go out of Tahrir and see that the victory is all around us. No, it will come the phase 2, which is very important in building the process, And you will really be astonished that the phase is called the storming period. It is a storming period, but still it's for building up. We are now in the storming period. And that's why I really, when I see so many people depressed for what's happened, the revolution now has been lost. No, you did not understand. You did not have the vision to know that we are in a storming period. Okay, why storming period? What's the phase 3? It's the norming, putting the rules. And when things happen in a storming period, this will tell me, oh, we have to put this rule here and this rule and that rule here. And then the preforming phase. Let's all preform. We are in the middle of the storming phase. Sometimes people won't understand how to deal with the new freedom. It's brand new for them. You know.
The idea of the storming here, we're talking about a cycle, okay? Just like the building, the teamwork, for example.
Yeah.
The idea of storming, yes, of course, it is healthy to have different points of views and to get something like brainstorming. But it is not going to be healthy if this storming remains for long. We have to move on from the storming to norming. If it lasted for a while, this is not going to be healthy for the whole situation.
I agree that we expected that the storming period will be shorter. But let me tell you something, we have been in 30 years and maybe more in this regime, in this environment. And we all knew that it was really bad, but we didn't know how bad was it unless the revolution just came, you know.
Except when it happened.
Yeah, except when it happened. So I believe when we're talking about a year, with respect to those 30 years or more, I think we are moving in the appropriate time. It's hope that it will be shorter. Yes, we all hope this, but I believe I knew it before. I have read about revolutions that this is a normal time in building up. The most important point here that will still be optimistic about what happened. I'm really happy with the revolution, just like 11th of February. That doesn't mean that I'm always laughing and sometimes I don't sleep at night because what's happening in Egypt. Yes, I do. But actually, the hope did not leave my heart because I know, I have a vision. I know what's happening.
I see it.
And I believe that this will, yes, we will gonna make it.
Okay. Dr. Salامة, Human Development Trainer, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
So
and thank you for your optimism.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
On this, we come to the end of our breakfast show for today. Thank you all for joining us. Join us again tomorrow, same time, with more on The Breakfast Show.